Waking up with a stuffy nose and itchy eyes? Before you reach for the allergy meds, look at your nightstand. NASA discovered 5 specific plants that don't just look good. These 5 super plants are your secret weapon to filtering 87% of indoor toxins in just 24 hours. Number 4 is a total game changer. So let's kick things off with one of the most underrated plants out there, the peace lily. Now this one might look delicate and decorative, but don't let that fool you. NASA's clean air study found that the peace lily is one of the most effective air-purifying plants ever tested indoors. It pulls some of the nastiest stuff out of the air. We're talking benzene, formaldehyde, and even ammonia. Things that are hiding in your cleaning sprays, your furniture, and even that new carpet smell you thought was harmless. What makes it special for allergy sufferers is how it handles moisture in the air. It naturally raises humidity levels in your room, and that's actually huge because dry air is one of the biggest triggers for itchy throats, irritated sinuses, and that constant sneezing you just can't shake. When the air has the right amount of moisture, your airways just feel easier, calmer. And the peace lily keeps that balance going around the clock. The best part? It's incredibly low maintenance. You don't need a green thumb, you don't need special soil, and it doesn't need a ton of sunlight. It actually thrives in low-light spaces, which makes it perfect for bedrooms and living rooms. Just water it once a week and let it do its thing. If you're starting your plant journey and want something that works hard without asking much, the peace lily is where we'd say begin. Moving right along. And this next one has a bit of a funny name, but it's absolutely serious when it comes to cleaning your air. The spider plant is one of the most tested, most recommended plants in the world of indoor air quality, and NASA gave it high marks for a very good reason. This plant is a formaldehyde-fighting machine. And before you think, I don't have formaldehyde in my home, think again. It hides in paper bags, wax paper, facial tissues, paper towels, and even some synthetic fabrics. Every time you walk through your house, you're breathing small amounts of it. The spider plant absorbs all of that quietly, without you even noticing it's working. What really sets it apart for allergy relief is that it removes airborne particles that trigger reactions. Dust, mold spores, and microscopic irritants get pulled in through the plant's leaves, and what comes back out is noticeably cleaner air. Studies have shown it can reduce indoor air pollutants by up to 90% in certain enclosed spaces over a 24-hour period. That's not a small number. And here's the thing. The spider plant is nearly impossible to kill. It grows fast, it doesn't need direct sunlight, and it even grows little baby plants you can pot separately and spread around the house. So one plant quickly becomes 5, and suddenly your whole home is working like a natural air filter. For families, for pet owners, for people who just want clean air without the fuss. This one's a win. Now we're getting into some serious allergy relief territory with plant number 3, the Boston fern. This one's been a household favorite for generations, and there's real science behind why it keeps showing up on these lists. The Boston fern is one of the best natural humidifiers you can get. It releases moisture into the air constantly, and for people dealing with sinus, dryness, nasal inflammation, or that scratchy feeling at the back of your throat, this is genuinely life-changing. When your air is too dry, which is especially common in winter or in air-conditioned rooms. Your mucous membranes dry out, your body overreacts, and suddenly your allergy symptoms go through the roof. The Boston fern quietly fixes that problem by keeping your environment at a healthier humidity level without you having to run an electric humidifier all day. On top of that, it pulls formaldehyde and xylene out of the air, chemicals that come from things like nail polish, adhesives, and even some paints. So if your home has recently been renovated, or you just moved in somewhere new, a Boston fern in the corner is working overtime on your behalf. It does need a little more attention than the first 2 plants. It likes indirect sunlight and regular misting, but the payoff is worth it. Your sinuses will notice the difference within a few days, and once you get into the rhythm of caring for it, it becomes second nature. Think of it as a plant that asks for a little love and gives you breathable, clean air in return. Okay, this is the one we promised you. Plant number 4, the snake plant. And yes, it really is a game changer. Here's why. Most plants do something fascinating during the day. They absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen through a process called photosynthesis. But at night, they flip the switch. They take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. That's the norm. The snake plant, however, is one of the very few plants that keeps releasing oxygen even at night. That makes it uniquely perfect for your bedroom. While you sleep, the air around you is getting cleaner. The snake plant is pulling in carbon dioxide and pushing out fresh oxygen continuously, and it's simultaneously filtering out toxins like trichloroethylene, benzene, and nitrogen oxides, things that seep into your home from traffic outside, from dry cleaning, from paint. And all of this happens while you're just lying there asleep. You wake up and the air is genuinely better. For allergy sufferers, sleeping in a room with a snake plant means your body gets a full night of breathing cleaner, fresher air. Your immune system isn't fighting irritants all night. You wake up less congested, less puffy, and actually more rested. NASA's research consistently ranked the snake plant among the top performers in indoor air purification, and it's one of the toughest plants alive. It can go weeks without water, it handles low light like a champ, and it barely needs any attention at all. If you could only pick one plant from this entire list, this would be the one to keep next to your bed. It earns its spot every single night. And we're wrapping up with a plant that might be the most surprising one on this list: English ivy. You've probably seen it climbing walls and fences outside, but when you bring it indoors, it becomes something of a superstar for people dealing with allergies, especially mold-related ones. NASA's research showed that English ivy can reduce airborne mold particles by up to 94% within just 12 hours. Let that sit for a moment. 94% in 12 hours. Mold spores are one of the most common and most stubborn allergy triggers, especially in bathrooms, kitchens, or any space that gets humid. And English ivy just quietly, steadily pulls those spores right out of the air. It also tackles airborne fecal particles, which, yes, sounds alarming, but they exist in most homes, especially those with pets. English ivy processes those particles and cleans the air in a way that most people would never expect from a simple houseplant. For people with asthma or chronic sinus issues, adding English ivy to a room can create a noticeably different breathing experience within just a day or two. It grows well in moderate light and cool temperatures, which makes it great for rooms you don't overheat. Give it a well-draining pot, water it regularly but don't overdo it, and keep it somewhere with decent airflow. It'll handle the rest. So there you have it,